The state of Arizona is proposing new legislation to try to regulate what wholesalers can do out there, guys. It's one of the biggest markets for wholesalers in America, but will it remain that way? What does this mean for wholesalers? What does the law actually say? In this video, that's what we're going to be talking about, guys. So let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and get right on into it.
Hey, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a...
All right, so first off, I want to say shout out to Jerry Norton once again for dropping this wholesaling regulation content. That's where I find out about a lot of the new laws that are going on throughout America. So definitely make sure that y'all head over to Jerry's channel and give him a subscribe if you haven't already. Now, getting into the law, though, it's out there in Arizona, guys. It's called HB 2747, I believe. I'm going to drop a link for it down below so you all can check it out for yourself. But basically, you know, wholesalers have been making a lot of money, guys. Like all throughout the nation, wholesalers are crushing it. And with the new influx of brand new wholesalers, a lot of people are doing things in unscrupulous ways, right? So states all throughout America are trying to implement this regulation. I've been saying it for a while. I don't see it slowing down. I see it, if anything, picking up, and more states are going to be implementing some type of regulation. Now, in Arizona, the law basically kind of focuses around disclosure. It talks about disclosing to the buyer that you're going to be wholesale selling it to them, disclosing to the seller that you're a wholesale buyer. That's basically what the law is saying or whatever. Now, I do understand, and I'm with disclosure because, you know, it's super important. I've been talking on my channel for years now, telling people, hey, look, we can't just be going out here lying to people, telling people that we're going to buy their houses, but we don't have any money. We don't have any buyers on deck. We're just literally going out there lying to people's grandmothers. I'm not with that.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
So I'm 100% with the, you know, requiring people to disclose to the sellers. However, this Arizona bill is very poorly written. So I think that it's going to, you know, potentially cause some issues for people. Let's put it like that. It can potentially cause some issues. It's just very poorly written. I'll kind of show you now a few things that Jerry pointed out when he was going through the bill.
First of all, it's not even correctly written. It says a wholesale seller who enters into a purchase contract as the seller. A purchase contract? When doing the assignment method, there is no purchase contract. This bill only applies if you assign your contract. That means written disclosure would not apply for double closing wholesale transactions, and the requirement is actually pretty simple. It says, quote, before entering into a binding agreement, the wholesale buyer is to provide a disclosure in writing to the seller that the buyer is a wholesale buyer. That's it. The bill stipulates two things will happen if a wholesale buyer violates the disclosure requirement. One, the seller may cancel the contract for sale at any time prior to the close of escrow without penalty. And two, the seller may retain any earnest money paid by the wholesale buyer.
Now, as you can see, the bill has a lot of flaws. It has a lot of holes in the bill. The language is all the way off. It's not really going to apply to people who may want to do a double close. Maybe you actually take the property down yourself. So it's a lot of different ways that you can kind of get around the actual bill or the actual law itself or whatever. Basically, it's saying that you have to disclose to the seller that you're going to be a wholesale seller, but in all reality, you'll have up until the day of closing to be able to tell that person. They can't technically say that you didn't tell them because technically you have the right to take the property down yourself. You have the option to assign it to someone else. So as long as you do that before y'all actually sign on the dotted line, that would be fine. Like I said, the language of this bill is horrible. It's horrific right now. But what are the penalties, right? What would this mean for an actual wholesaler who's out in Arizona right now? Maybe you're doing some deals already and you're like, damn, is this going to stop me from being able to wholesale? Well, I think you got to ask yourself that. Basically, what they say the penalty is going to be is that if you don't disclose to the seller that you're a wholesale buyer, the penalty is that they can keep your earnest money and cancel the contract, basically. Is that the biggest penalty in the world? Not really, in all reality, because in Illinois, the first time that you mess up, that's like a $25,000 fine. It's not a game out there. So that's really going to deter a lot of people from playing games out in Illinois. However, like I said, the Arizona one is written so poorly. Like, who's even going to care about that? And then not to mention the language is so bad that it's like, even if they did care, could they really enforce it? I'm not sure. I would say talk to you attorneys out there or whatever to find out for sure, because I'm not an attorney. I don't want to be, giving y'all legal advice or anything like that. Definitely kind of look into it for yourself. But I do think that this is not really going to stop people from being able to wholesale in Arizona. For now, everybody else that's all throughout the nation, if you're not already a licensed agent, I do highly recommend that you consider becoming a licensed agent at some point, probably sooner than later, because this legislation stuff, I don't think is going to be slowing down anytime soon. We have to be realistic and future planning what we're going to do for our businesses. But becoming an agent is a great way to just avoid the BS, the drama, the regulation, if you will. You won't have to worry about it as much if you're a licensed agent. Basically, you're held to a higher standard and you'll have the entire playbook open to you, whether it's listing properties, whether it's doing rentals. You'll have a lot more sources of ways to get money as well. So I think that becoming a licensed agent kind of makes you regulation proof. You don't have to worry as much about regulation when you're a licensed agent. Also, guys, I think that y'all should definitely put yourself in position where you have transactional funding. You've got maybe money partners that you're working with, even if it's friends and family or investors that you've done deals with in the past, hard money lenders, private lenders. You want to get in contact with the money at this point. I think it's very, very important to get some money in your back pocket, not necessarily your own, but know how to leverage other people's money, because then once again, that's a regulation proof strategy. If you can actually take the property down yourself, you'll never have to worry about any type of wholesaling regulation. You're the buyer. You're not assigning the deal in that scenario. So double closing, like being able to double close, being able to take the property down yourself and then maybe put it back on the market. These are going to be essential tools for wholesalers going forward. Also, considering doing creative deals out here. Pace Morby is a really, really great resource for finding out how to do creative deals out here. I highly recommend to find out how to do subject to deals, how to do lease options. Maybe think about Airbnb. Give yourself options out here. Don't put yourself into the box and say, hey, it has to be exactly this. I have to find a buyer to assign it to and da. You want to give yourself options. Why limit yourself? And then lastly, guys, if y'all want to stay up to date with what's going on in the wholesaling space and be on the front end when new regulation is going to be popping off and stuff like that, definitely go check out NREWA.org. That's the National Real Estate Wholesalers Association. And if you sign up on that site, it's basically all you got to do is just put in your email address. You'll be notified if things are happening. When we need to come together, unite, and actually join forces to make some stuff happen, you'll be on that waiting list. You'll be able to actually find out when stuff is happening and when we need to mobilize. Anyway, though, guys, what do y'all think about this new Arizona bill, soon to be law, that's going to be regulating what wholesalers can do? Basically, you've got to disclose. It seems a little messy, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the topic, guys. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, I do have 90-minute strategy sessions available down below. There's going to be a link that you all can check out. If you want to just, pick my brain, talk to me for 90 minutes, get answers to all of your wholesaling questions, definitely use that link down below to hop on a phone call with me. And if you want to get more wholesaling news like this, make sure, one, that you're subscribed to the channel. Number two, definitely check out this playlist right here where I've got other videos talking about the other rules and regulations that are going on out here in the wholesaling space. Hope that y'all staying healthy, staying blessed, and until next time.